undeniable. If people are tuning in to see him, he's having good matches, and I'm about to tune in to see him and Andrade, tear it down in AAA. And I've never watched AAA, so I know that I'm gonna be able to. I know that he's a draw. It's confirmed to me, and also Andrade. But
Kenny and Andrade is a draw. Kenny and Andrade is a draw, and now we talk about A side, B sides, but like that really doesn't matter in this conversation. Kenny's a draw. You know what I mean? And so, with that being said, I think having the duality of AEW and WWE, and then having the ability to even have Impact, because I do think that Moose doesn't get a lot of credit for how he kind of, does his thing in the ring. He is.
I like Moose.
He's a different type of competitor, and I do believe he's a different type of competitor that Kenny has faced. Right? If we look at Kenny's opponents,
especially in a while.
In a minute.
He hasn't faced a guy like Moose in a minute.
And so like I do think I'm willing to go and see what that looks like as well. You know what I mean? Like, despite the technician prowess of Andrade and shit like that, like I do want to see Kenny's adaptability to being in the ring with Moose, and so I do think that he's one of the best. Like Lance Storm, after watching NXT Tuesday, he was like, "Yo, not to slight anybody, but Finn is one of the best to ever do it." The guy is fucking.
I was gonna get to that in a minute, but let's.
We can go ahead and transition.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like from one guy who's transcending Kenny Omega, who exactly.
But real quickly before we go to Finn, Moose, I think that he's evolving as a big man. He's talking much better. I think he obviously he's always been athletic. He's an NFL star.
Player. He's an NFL player.
He's a former NFL player. He's super supremely athletic in the ring. So I believe that him and Kenny, I think I'm going to tune in for that as well, like I did with Rich Swann. Although I'm kind of upset that he got majority of the match. Obviously, I know they're building Kenny, but I was hoping Rich Swann would get more of that match because I wanted to see he was like the underdog champion of the two. So I was hoping to see like a couple more near falls for Rich, but this is also going to bring me an Impact, Moose and Kenny. So I'm going to watch a AAA. I'm going to watch Impact for Rich and Kenny. I'm going to watch Impact for Kenny.
But my biggest problem with Kenny is who's his fucking challenger in his own company. That's my point. Like, when we talk about AEW and when we talk about the need of having baby faces and too many heels and shit like that, we're right here. Who is Kenny's opponent? Orange Cassidy. Now we're talking about Pac, right? Why is Pac? Pac should be exactly where he's at in the world title picture from the beginning. Why the fuck was he ever in the tag team? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, and to be honest, it should just be a singles match. If we're talking about match quality, we're talking about star power, we're talking about the best thing that you can make. Orange Cassidy should be in the mid card with Miro. It makes sense. Hold on. Storyline.
Right.
It makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense for Orange Cassidy to be on the second tier and Miro and Orange Cassidy to have a feud.
Especially with the story they just got done telling with Miro.
What the fuck are y'all niggas talking about?
Now we get them in a TNT Championship match. All right. It made sense.
Get Orange Cassidy the fuck away from the AEW title. Let's go ahead and get a fucking campaign going for that bitch. Let's hashtag that. Let's get that shit trending. Get Orange Cassidy away from this match because this triple threat is a way. It's just like we're gonna bounce over. Fuck it. This is where we at. Bobby and all these goddamn triple threats. Now it helps him with his title run because at the end of the day, when we look at Bobby, there aren't enough. People.
All they can book on Raw is triple threats in their title matches. So.
Well, at the end. Well, now let's not kill them for multi-man matches.
I'm only killing them because they're doing it at the same time for both of their titles with the same storyline. And it's like 1 week, it's triple threat match on a pay-per-view. Next week they had, hey, I won my title match because I didn't get pinned.
Yeah.
Hey, I won my title match because I didn't get pinned. They've been giving me boring, lazy-ass writing on Raw for about 7 weeks, 8 weeks straight. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
How boring writing? Did you not watch Raw
No.
past Monday?
No, okay, listen, if you want to go back to Raw this past Monday, I want to give a huge round of applause for Matt Riddle and Xavier Woods for putting on one of the best matches I've seen this year. But, however, the writing, I'm not talking about the performance. There have been a lot of good matches on Raw, especially with Matt Riddle. He's the boy, honestly. But when it comes down to telling a story that is congruent, we just talked about AEW and what they could do with Miro. A congruent story that makes me want to tune in rather than, oh yeah, it's congruent, but like, you're doing the same thing, and it's so transparent what they're doing.
Okay, now this is where I might be a cake, but I'm not gonna.
I'm watching for the matches because I tune in every week. But when it's like, all right, go ahead.
Okay. What do we watch wrestling for, guys? In the intricacies, we've had this conversation again. We're not gonna run into the war, but we've had the intricacies of saying, hey, we like more to our wrestling than just give us an IndyCar match show of great matches.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Especially when that's on a weekly basis.
But when you just put into all the factors of what we talking about, all encompassing of what we talked about on the show, not really having a lot of fans, not having no fans to kind of like move the storyline, and then also at the same time, you just said the story was congruent. So do you want to?
It's congruent for me. They have not gotten me excited for Raw in weeks, bro. They took away the things that I love the most, the Hurt Business and the Fiend. And then I'm like, all right, let's see where they go with Bobby. Let's see where they go with Asuka. Let's see where they go with Rhea. They haven't done anything creatively that makes Rhea pop. They haven't done anything creatively that makes Bobby feel like, well, I think his entrance is like the best thing I've seen. Outside of that, it's just been, hey, he's a challenger, let's fight. Hey, he's a challenger, let's fight. Tell the story of why Bobby and Drew is such a big match. I want to see that. I want to see why.
They've already done. I think that's the okay. They've already done that, right? Look at what they did for WrestleMania. We already talked about it. Vince wanted Bobby and Drew to be his main event. He was building that story to make it two big colossals. That's why they wrestled so many times. They've done that. My point is they don't have challengers. Now you can say you can make challengers. Kofi right now, as soon as Kofi came out, niggas pop. You made someone instantly. I go fucking watch Raw Talk. Niggas want to talk about Ricochet? The fuck? Ricochet no fucking title contender with that fucking promo this nigga doing. This nigga like
give him more credit than that. He's doing something.
Did you watch it?
I didn't see it.
Okay, then cool. You can't say give him more time than nigga. I saw that nigga like in the most that we gonna be able to give him or what they gonna be able to do for him is
for Bobby?
For
all they did is give him bitches. That's all they did. They gave him, and woman. They gave him woman. And that's it. They gave him woman and then they got worse the next week. That they gave him woman, and then they said, "Okay, we want to see you, because you interfered." You see what I'm saying, bro?
Listen. Are you trying actively not to pay attention to the story because you don't like it? Because
I'm paying attention, dude. I'm actually watching. Like, okay, let's see what they do with these guys.
Bobby won the title at Mania. He don't want to fucking wrestle Drew. He said it himself. I don't want to fucking wrestle Drew. Give me somebody that isn't Drew. Give me somebody that isn't Braun. I don't want to wrestle. I'm trying to move.
What the story is.
Okay, they are writing past. Ain't nobody else, nigga. Right. They're writing past that.
We can agree to disagree. I think the Raw writing room needs a big shift.
I think Raw just needs Brock, nigga. Brock
can't just be the soft. He cannot be the soft for bad writing all the time.
I didn't say soft for bad writing. When Bobby got the title, who initially was his challenger that we said we wanted? It was Brock.
Yeah.
There is nothing
that matters until then.
There is not a fucking thing that matters. There's not a fucking thing that matters until we get fucking Bobby and Brock, nigga.
So that's where they're at.
That's where the fuck they at. And that's where your ass need to be at too, because don't shit matter unless Bobby and Brock. Not Bobby and Kofi, not Bobby and Drew, not Bobby and Ricochet, not Bobby and Sheamus, not Bobby and Riddle. We can run down the fucking roster. Don't a fucking thing matter except Bobby and Brock.
Hey, that makes sense, and that's reasonable. I'm gonna hand it to you. That makes sense. That makes sense. You know?
Like, yeah, I mean, like, and Raw, we just gonna have to do what it do. Raw, we gonna have to find shit in the margins, right?
Like Riddle,
Riddle and Xavier,
yeah.
like Shelton and Cedric.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good match. We're gonna have to find, you know, I know the tag team division is whack right now. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, shout out to the good old boys. Jackson Ryder got put over by AJ Styles. You know what I mean? You know, white power. You know what I mean? But you know, we're gonna have to find things in the margin until we're able to get Bobby and Brock. You know what I mean? And realistically, I know you want to kill the zombies and shit like that and everything like that, but everything in the motions that we're talking about has to do with money.
Exactly. And that's why I get a little peeved, because I come to it for creative. I come to it for, all right, while we're waiting for Bobby and Brock, what are you serving me up? And are you going to give me something that at least makes Rhea look like a fucking champion rather than just like
I think
teenager, you know, who has a championship belt? Like, do something with her that makes her come off like the champion she is. You know, that's what I'm waiting for. And, you know,
I think we'll go back to this now. We're talking about reasonably. Rhea had a match with Asuka to kind of get put over. They don't have chemistry. So who do you ultimately implement? Who cannot have a bad match?
It's not the pairing of anybody there. But it's not the pairing of the woman. It's the way they get to the end destination in their storytelling. It's lazy as fuck.
Well,
and that's all I'm gonna say. And it's really. And that's for me as I'm writing the script right now, so that's why I might be a little bit critical.
Well,
but I'm not feeling that way with AEW and Smackdown as much. AEW has bad writing too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, they're not using their opportunities wisely. I can see things around. I'm like, okay, I see what they're trying to do there.
But they got the whole fucking Pinnacle and Inner Circle shit that's fucking dragging on way too. And I don't want to be the comparative guy, but like there are things that are main points of their fucking show that is trash.
What about SmackDown?
Honestly,
they're writing good. They have a roster, yes, that do put on good matches, but they write well as well.
No. Let's talk about this. Now, I'm gonna be the one to kill it. This fucking Roman Reigns, where's the progression in that story?
Are you kidding me? Every week there's a progression in that story.
Okay, listen. You want to talk about repetitive stuff? We talk about Roman's reign as champion was fucking. I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of my cousin. That nigga gonna conform, and then I'm gonna send that nigga to get his ass thrashed before I ultimately gotta fucking do what I was supposed to do in the beginning and beat the nigga ass.
You're minimizing his entire reign. You know damn well there's been a lot of storytelling with KO. There's been a lot of storytelling with Edge and Daniel Bryan that mattered, with matches that mattered all along the way. You know, it's not just been him just setting jail. Obviously, that's the barrier because he's created in a way, he's positioned in a way to look like he's above everybody else. You know, and he's been obviously the head of the table, doing it the right way. You know, if they gave the Hurt Business or even just Bobby an air of this is like a boss type shit, rather than hey, we're just gonna put some girls behind you and pop some champagne. Like that's all they gave Bobby. Put an aura around this guy as the Almighty, which they're trying to do, but completely don't have him walk over to Adam Pearce to find out what's going on. Adam Pearce needs to knock on his door. He's the Almighty, right? Like the way you guys do things on Raw just irks the shit out of me. So I'm like, all right.
Now we are.
It matters.
Then in the case are we duplicating? Because then now we got two niggas that Adam Pearce is inferior to, which is Bobby and Roman. Now I mean, granted, that's how it should be that way.
Yeah, but if it was like it was AJ Styles, they shouldn't do that. But it's Bobby the Almighty. Like you got to. Don't have him look like he's like just getting put on the spot to just do whatever you got. You know, like have him have this air of confidence that he has because he goes out there and wrecks shop. He's doing great when he's out there, but create that aura around him so his reign, when he gets to SummerSlam, hopefully you get the Brock, Bobby is not like, oh, we know what's going to happen here. We want to have that reign where it's like, yo, we have no idea Bobby's might completely take Brock out. That would be crazy. And I want to have this reign mean more than the way they're putting it off to be, you know? And that's just my opinion. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm, out of my mind right now. But I think they could do better. I'm wrong.
No, I mean, I feel like everyone can do better across the board. I think, but when we talk about now, like you say, coming on the podcast, having discussions about what it is that is Raw intolerable?
Sometimes. I'm gonna say sometimes, I've had weeks where I watched it and I'm like, I wasted my time. I wasted my entire 3 hours. When the narrative is, when we go to other podcasts and talk that Raw doesn't exist, that's a problem. That's a problem. We heard that from other people in the wrestling community. Not just us that feel this way. So it's how and it's just it reflects what amongst the media. And then there's memes about Raw being the B show because Roman said it, or what he said to Jill, and nobody watches Raw. People are making memes because it's fucking true.
Now it's gonna absolutely be worse. Just got a text from my homie Vino that Tom Phillips got released. Phillips.
Okay.
Which I wish he would have been able to go back and where Adman was at. Adman got they mutually parted ways as well. You know what I mean? It's been
he was there for like a cup of coffee.
Nigga, barely. He was there just to go to the cash register, man. That was it. He didn't even get his cup of coffee yet. Well, we kind of hit. Things that I really, right now, I do believe Raw, like you say. I'm not gonna say that it's the best. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. SmackDown is 2 hours. And their tag division is great. Their main title feud right now is kind of hot. It's new. It's fresh. I understand that. The mid-card title is nice. I like Apollo doing what he's doing. I don't know what Aleister Black is doing, but we're gonna see tomorrow.
And I want to be clear, real quick. I loved WrestleMania Backlash. It was a great show, man. Like Raw had some great matches. The triple threat with Asuka, for what you want to say, they don't have chemistry. The triple threat was great. Asuka, Rhea, Charlotte. I love Drew.
Bobby, Braun was fucking.
Drew, Bobby, Braun, slap. Great match. Probably the match of the night was Drew, Bobby, Braun. And I was taken aback. It was a great match. I am like just the writing for this television show to get there. And maybe we're at a place right now where I just need to tune into pay-per-views. Where I'm like, all right, what matches are you giving me? But if I like your show, Roman, like a SmackDown, I'll tune into SmackDown, and maybe that's just a personal thing,
Now, speaking of that, tomorrow, Usos, Street Profits, money,
cash money,
cash fucking money, bro.
Money, yeah. Rest in peace, Shad.
Yeah, rest in peace, Shad, man. It was the year anniversary of the homie, too. Yeah, God.
He's an angel.
God bless him, man.
But, Street Profits, Usos, I thought they were going to hold off on this for a while, but they're giving it to us on SmackDown, and I'm tuning in. Like, me, 33-year-old man, going to tune into SmackDown Friday night. Because of a tag team match that I've been wanting to see. This is booking that, I think is awesome. And we might get a non-finish because we don't know where the story is going with that because there is progression every single week with the Usos and Roman. So, we'll see. We'll see how things turn out.
We haven't talked about Tuesday night. We haven't talked about NXT. Finn and Karrion put on a hell of a match.
Karrion's best match.
Yeah, it was Karrion's really coming out party. Finn really loses nothing but loses definitively. Like